everybody. Thank you, Matt. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Let me just bring this up on the other groups. Give me 1 second. Okay, one down, one more to go. Oh, maybe we'll do two more. Two down, one more to go, and I'll be right with you guys. Good morning, Brett. Good morning, Debbie. Good morning, Kirsty. Okay. Ew, you see my ugly brown sweater with the purple sleeve. Oh, I got such a good deal on these. My mom's got one, my sister's got one, Dali's got one. But hey, I'm wearing purple because we're using purple today. No, I'm not wearing purple because we're using purple. I'm wearing purple because it's the only thing I could find today. Okay, so how's everybody doing today? I'm super excited today because, hi, Di. Where have you been? I haven't seen you for a while on here. So glad you joined us today because today is our second release of the year. So exciting. So I'm going to give you a quick flip through before I start my live. So Astral Journey has been released. There's Dali and Paul here. Good morning, Gloria. I know Dali was just messaging me back and forth, so I'm sure she'll be on shortly. Oh, thanks for the love. Green is Dali's favorite color. I'm convinced purple is her favorite color too, but I think she has a few favorite colors. But Dali forever was wanting to do something that's astrological. I couldn't find a pad out there that had any astrological signs in it. And also we wanted to pick a color, and happens to be Dali's favorite color, green, that we haven't seen a scrapbook pad out there in these colors. So we always try to aim for something that's not been done. We don't want to be repeating what anybody's done. But let me give you a quick flip through of the book, and then we will look at a good one, Di. I don't know if they're here yet. So this is it. It's called Astral Journey, and again, it's 21 designs, acid-free, double-sided. Let me get it out of the packet here. I've had this now for about a couple of weeks. So they are in stock, but I can tell you they are flying off the shelf. So this is Astral Journey. This is the front, so you can use the front too. Hi, Dali, you're here. And then this is the back, so you can see it has the star signs on it. So this is a really good all occasion if you're looking to make some cards for the year. Some great cutouts to make toppers. Very easy to do. Easy peasy to make cards. You will see my card kit that I made. Good morning, Charlie, that I have made. Just love the colors, and I don't know if on here you can see all the layering that's gone into this album in the back. Just absolutely stunning, just stunning. And again, you can see the star signs there, and of course you've got so a little bit of astronomy there going on, and I love that rust effect that's going on in these pages. And there you've got a nice frame you can cut out. Love this because it works for females and males. It's a very unisex type of album. I love the size of the elements. So if you're wanting to create some mixed media pieces, that's great. You see, you've even got a light bulb there. So got some steampunk, definitely steampunk elements to it. You can't see all the details, but you see these numbers and everything around it. There's 2 people sitting in there, but look at that layering and detail in the back. So great for card making. Another set of full cards you can make. So thank you, Kirsty. So they're ready to go again. That's what I love about these albums, is that when they're designed so that they can be used easily with toppers, but also with, thank you, Charlie, but also in mixed media, which I will show you today in my demo. So again, look at those textures. And do watch out for Jill and Deli. They'll already put up some samples. I know Jill has already put some samples up of what she's done with this, and she's made a mixed media panel with these cards. So here's another one, but you see how it's got all the star signs. All these are great toppers if you're a card maker, but they also work in mixed media. So this is it, guys. How gorgeous is that? Thank you, Debbie. Yes, and then you've got all the sentiments here for your card making too. So that's the album in a nutshell. I had a little bit of a play, and I wanted to just show you how easy it is. Well, I made a card kit, obviously, because I do the card kits 2 a month. So this is a card kit, but I had leftover papers. So before I show you the card kit, I'll show you what I did with the leftover papers. I made this little box. So this is all the cuttings of the end of when I made the card kit. So this is all the leftovers. It is so darn cute. Look at that. The detail in there. So great addition for your home decor. You can see the papers inside there too. And then I've got another one here. So isn't that so cute? It's just a tiny little box that you can put little things in, and very, very pretty. So that was with the leftover papers from the card kit, just showing you how far this album can really go. Here I've used one of the sentiments, and all I've done is I've just basically taken the leftover pieces from the card kit. And hi Leslie, hope you're doing well, Han, and your mum's doing well. Just use the leftover pieces, and just wanted to show you sometimes simple is nice too. I struggled with this because I thought, oh, it's not got enough going on, but by the time it was said and done, I really, really loved it. The background is the same paper from the same pad, and I used the lighter one. And I don't know if you can see in the corners, but I've crackled everything using the transparent crackle gel. Thank you, Brett. I know these are your colors, Brett. And I've used the yellow stencil paste. So some crackle, yellow stencil paste, and of course the finishing wax, which is just the vintage paint that you paint on all over. But you can see how pretty that is. So it's very simple. Just use your leftovers and you can go ahead and create these gorgeous pieces. Now the card kit, again, it's 8 cards. They come with envelopes, and it's $28. 8 cards with 8 envelopes. Now they all have different sentiments, kind of matching. I've got 2 happy birthday, I've got 2 thank you, I've got 2 thinking of you, and then I've got happy Father's Day and happy Mother's Day. So it just shows you how unisex this scrapbook pad is. However, because the sentiments aren't already stuck on when I give you the kit, it is ready to assemble. Everything's matte and layered for you and cut to size. You don't have to use those sentiments if you don't want to. If you don't feel like saying thank you to somebody, put your own sentiment on it. So here's the very first one. How pretty is that? And all I've done is taken the larger topper, the next size topper, and then the smaller topper, and just a beautiful, beautiful effect. So this is the first thank you card. So very female. This is more masculine, and It's got thank you on it, and it's got a nice wrist effect down here. This is Happy Birthday. Obviously, I chose this one because it's got all the astronomy and the star signs on it. So you see the star signs here and here. And then, of course, the other one is Happy Birthday. And this one also has all the star signs on it. And the colors are just gorgeous. Thank you, Leslie. And the colors are just gorgeous. Oh, good. I'll have to tell Dali die. Well, Dali's on here to see. Do you see what Di is wanting? And then this again is very, very pretty to give to your girlfriend or something, you know, with a nice book, thinking of you. And then here's one for a guy, thinking of you. And although they're interchangeable. And then, of course, like I said, you don't have to use the sentiments if you don't want to. You're funny, Dali. This one is for Happy Father's Day. Obviously, I've used this. And then again, we come to the more of feminine one with Happy Mother's Day with my day is not on straight, with the flowers and everything. So there you go. Set of 8 beautiful cards. They're 6 by 6. They have actually the 6 3/4, 5 3/4, and they have matching envelopes that they fit into, and they do mail flat, so that's great for shipping costs. But there is a set if you would like it. Now on to today's demo. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. What I was going to say, you want to watch out for March 11th because some big things are happening on March 11th, which we'll be announcing soon. So today's, when I posted it, it didn't really show up the colors I wanted it to, but this is the true color of, thanks Britt, very, very happy to be giving you a set. I'll be making them today, and a pad, of course, it's your favorite colors. Thank you, Pat. So this is the true color of it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Just, I love it. I love it. And this is just done on a plain canvas panel. Now, this is one way of showing you when we make the pads, and the way they're designed by Dali is that you can use them for mixed media as well as card making. So this bird is actually from the You Make Me Happy pad, which was one of our, I think our second pad is from the You Make Me Happy pad. And these are also, the purple is one of Dali's favorite colors. I'm seeing a trend here, Dali. So basically that's what we're going to be doing today. So ahead of time, what I've done is I've already fussy cut my bird out. It was just on one of these papers like this. And that's the back of it. Thank you, Debbie. And I've just already fussy cut it out, and I've already done the distress because I thought you probably don't want to be worried about me distressing and fussy cutting. So wanted to show you that. This is from the You Make Me Happy pad. I unfortunately think I am out of them all because they're always a limited edition. There's only so many that we print. Okay, I'm just going to remove this black sheet because I had put this actually up so you could get a better look at the samples that I had there. I'll put that away and off we go. Okay, so this is a simple way to create lots of texture on the back of your panels. Doesn't matter what size you do. Yes, Debbie, I love the blue and purple together, and the paints I have are exactly matched to it. You can see all the detail in the back of this. It's just absolutely phenomenal. I made it, but you know, I think it looks really nice. I'm just going to show you how easy it is to create this effect. And you can do this with any scrapbook pad that has elements like this size or larger or smaller. You could do it obviously with Astral. Maybe that's what I should have done today. But I was really digging the colors on this and the way they go. So let's get started, shall we? enough of the talk. So what do we have here today? We have some primer paste gesso. Let me move that over. Get my brushes out. And what we're going to be using is the Turquoise Creamy Acrylic Metallic. It's called Turquoise, but it's a very kind of light bluish turquoise. And this has a shine to it because it's metallic. And then we have, look, I'm going to be mixing and matching. We have acrylic paint Glossy, which is called Eggplant. So it looks like that. And then we have matte, earthy brown matte for our edges. And then I'll grab a black acrylic paint also for the end. So all these three colors, that's all you need, and some black. So the first thing that we're going to do is we need to find our panel. Oh, and then I'm using this stencil, which is a Fabrika stencil. I might have a couple of these, I don't know. So bad, right? I should check these things. It's a Fabrika one. It's the one that's nice and bendable and pliable. So the first thing you're going to do is grab any sheet you want out of the book. It really doesn't matter at this point what color it is, because we're going to be whitewashing it. But it gives, if you want to leave some areas where you haven't whitewashed it, then you get a really, really nice effect. It was the second one we did, Dali? Oh, okay, awesome, good to know. So I'm just going to glue this down first. So nothing too exciting. For once I'm using a soft brush. Usually I don't. I thought I might get better coverage. So I see, Di, you've picked a few colors there, hey? That you would like to see a pattern. I love navy and silver. So this is easy peasy. All you're doing is putting down a background paper. This will also enable for your stenciling to stay and for you to be able to take the paints down it. Because you're going to do a whitewash with the primer, you're going to be protecting your background. Okay. That's what I love about the pads. The sizes of the elements are perfect. There is a piece that I'm working on that I posted a sneak peek for. That won't be revealed until, I know a lot of you have asked me, when are you going to show the full piece? Well, one, it's about 80% done, so I couldn't reveal it even if I wanted to. And two, it's obviously for March the 11th. Launch and exciting stuff that's happening, but it's a very big piece. It's I think it's 24 inches high, if not higher, and about 18 wide. So it's not a small piece, it's a very big piece, and I just gave you a very, very tiny snippet from the corner. Okay, so let's just come down and put this on here. Again, it doesn't matter where you're positioning this, because you're just getting a nice coverage on your background. Okay. So once that is down, you can just come in and, I don't know, I just prefer to use the X-Acto knife to do this. I've got all kinds of things stuck here today. Oopsie daisy, went right into the canvas. Again, don't throw anything away. This could make a great piece on something. Okay, so we've done that. So now, that's it. We're down to our board. My boards are a little bit bendy. Okay, so the next step that you're going to do is that you are going to come in and do a nice wash over your paper. So look, it was really hard to whitewash this because this is so cute. It's got a butterfly there. Well, just beautiful. So my brush is still wet. It's my glue brush that I just washed. I'm just going to dip it into my primer paste, and I'm just going to give this a nice light wash. You can go as dark as you want, you can go as light as you want. It depends on how much you want to remove that background image. But this will protect your paper for when you're working on it. So nothing hard, just very straightforward so far. And see, you can see the difference where it's been whitewashed and where it hasn't been whitewashed, albeit this piece was a little bit darker. So we have one layer where it's been whitewashed. I might not whitewash this as much as I whitewashed the other one. The other one I whitewashed quite a bit, as you can see. It's hard to even see any pattern under there. But I will come over with a little bit more. Just gonna, again, wet my brush a little bit here. Take out some, I'm just wetting it a little bit, just tapping off the excess. And I'm just going to come in and do a little bit more. I really enjoyed doing this one, and I look forward to doing this with the other albums, because just imagine the other colored paints and things that you can do. Okay. Just giving it a nice little bit around the edges because I do want to make sure they're protected. Get my thumbprints out. Okay, I'm quite happy with how that's come about. And now we're going to dry this. So all we've done is put some paper down, and very peaceful looking. We put some paper down and with glue onto just a regular panel, and we've just given it a bit of a whitewash. So I'm just going to dry this now, okay? Okay, next we're going to do some stenciling, but I can't stencil without my palette knife, so I'm just going to go grab a palette knife. This one's all mangled up. I don't know what I've been doing with it, trying to flick things with it. Okay, so we're going to use a stencil, and what we're going to do is, thanks, son. Thanks, Dali. Who knows who I'm saying hun to, right? What I'm going to do is I want to stencil kind of around the bird opposed to kind of underneath the bird. So I just want to kind of see where that lays. Now we're just going to do this with primer paste, gesso. You can also do it with the modeling paste light, but for this one I'm just going to do it with the primer paste because it will dry a lot faster. But it still gives you a lot of definition. So my bird kind of goes around there, so I'm just going to work kind of around the bird. And some I'm going to go further down on, and some I'm going to go less on, just because I want to give it some good contrast, okay? Don't want it all kind of being dead straight. So you can see it's kind of in different areas. I'm not too fussed if it goes anywhere or too high or covers the rest of my stenciling, because it all comes out in the wash. And then let's do this other side. Okay, so there you have it. I'm just going to have my little water bucket here. So just some random stenciling around it. Kind of left the middle area a little bit bare. Well, let's go ahead and dry this. Put my palette knife in water. The reason I'm giving this a really good dry is because we're going to put water on it, and then we're going to have, I don't want it to kind of wash off. Okay, so the next step that you're going to do is you're always going to go with your lightest color first. Okay, so you're going to go with your lightest color first. Oh, hi Tess, how are you? And how's Wendy? I know it's hard sometimes to cover this paper, isn't it? You always want to start with the light color first, because that's the color you're going to have coming in, and then you go darker and darker. Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll just put a little bit down here, and then you need, look, you need lots of water. I even filled up 2 of my distress bottles of thing here. You're going to spray this with lots of water. And then what you can do is you can pick up your paint from here, and you can just start bringing it in onto that water. Okay. And this is why you want your primer paste to be dry. If you don't bring the water into it, it won't flow as nice as it will, because it will just be a big, thick, dark color. Okay. So we're gonna give this a dry now. Well, that's good to hear, Tess. I'm glad you're good. I don't know, is the university open? Are you teaching? I don't even know. So here we have it like this. What you can do is, if you want to darken some areas, you can come in with a little bit of paint, and you can highlight some of the areas where you want it a little bit darker. More now, you're just doing a very gentle, almost like a dry brush, but where I've got it dark, I'm going to just introduce some water, because I don't want it super dark. I want it almost to fade in. And that's how you get the kind of nice transition between the two paints. Otherwise, you're going to end up with just blue and then purple around it. This allows you to have a nice transition where you can see, you still can see it's slowly coming in and it's kind of white and blue. Okay, so just going to give that a dry. A little bit of more water. And you can dab off the excess with a paper towel. Okay, so now this is what it looks like. So it's got nice, lots and lots of blue shade. The next color that you're going to come in with is, oops, not the earthy brown. You're going to now come in with this gorgeous, you can't really see it. Let me see if I can get the light out of the way. I can't. But it's a gorgeous eggplant color. Now I'm just going to dry this. Yeah, I hear you, Tess. I'm not an online learner, so I have to have in class and see the professor myself. It's coming together, isn't it, Britt? So pretty. I mean, if you wanted to keep it really light, you could if you darken the edges. Okay. Well, this is quite sticky. So now we're going to come in with our next color. I'm just going to wash my brush. And I'm just going to use the same brush again. That's what we do, Dali and I. We just keep using the same brushes over and over again. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to respray this now. Surround the edges again. That's why it's important to dry in between. And this time we're going to just introduce the eggplant, okay? See how that's coming down now? And you're getting the two different colors. Okay. So we're going to go all the way around again and just introduce that gorgeous eggplant color. And of course, the two are never going to look the exact same. But we will try and see what happens. Okay, so let's give that some water. Totally need quite a bit of water in this project. Okay. Tap off the excess. And let's go ahead and dry that. Okay, once that is dry, let's come in with some more purple, a little bit more strategically this time into areas. I'm just using that same brush that is already kind of wet. Just working my way around the canvas, just to drag it in a little bit. Don't be afraid to put color on. Just drag that in a little bit. Any areas that get dark or they come in the middle, we're going to be coming in and doing a little bit of whitewashing on there anyway, so not to worry. Yeah, you can see, hey Tess, why you need to make sure your primer base is dry. I'm going to tap off the excess here. I've lost quite a bit of my blue, but I am okay with that. I can come in and redo that blue also. So that's it for the purple. I could make it a little bit darker in some areas, I think. So let's see, just some areas I just want a little bit darker. Especially around the kind of edge area. So using the same brush, I'm not worried that it has water on it or anything like that. But you see how more defined that is looking when you just come in and just gives it that extra little bit of oomph. You can see that getting built now. So just when you're picking your paper, just pick a couple of paints to go with it. You don't need a lot of paints. Just something that works well with your choice of paper pad. Okay. I'm going to wash my brush again. I'll put it in water for now. And let's dry. Thank you, Charlie. That edge is looking a little bit dark for me, so I'm just gonna wash it out a little bit. This is what I do to fix my mistakes. Not that they're mistakes. Okay, next color is, make sure you're drying it a lot more than I am. Next color we're going to use is the earthy brown. No, Gloria, because thank you, Charlie. It won't get wet. That's why can you see where, look how flat that is? It's not warped or anything. Now that's partly because they are 200 GSM papers that we do our pads on, and two, because we did put the primer over it. But you can see how beautiful this is coming along. So now we're going to do the same thing again. This time we're going to take water, put it all the way around. So this is your final step to just getting the 3 colors down, okay? Key also is to make sure you've got it glued down properly. I'm going to use the same brush. and we're gonna just do some of this brown now. Okay, and don't be afraid, I know it's a dark color, but we want to have the sides where they're quite accentuated. So you're doing the same process with your chosen colors, okay? That's all you're doing, the same process with your chosen colors. 2 colors would work too. I just wanted my sides to be more defined. It might be a little bit different than my sample, but it's nice to have 2 slightly different pieces. Okay, and then we can come in and spray again and introduce some of that brown into here. Told you, lots of water here. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and dry that. But I'll show you the edges of it now. Can you see the edges where now that the brown has gone down? Okay. So let's dry that. Okay, so same thing, I'm just gonna wipe a little bit of the water off there, and I'm gonna come in and do the same thing I did before. I want to accentuate this a little bit more. So I'm coming in with my earth brown here. It's important that you dry between each layer, otherwise it will get even more muddier. So now you can see how that edge is looking. Okay. If you lose too much of one color, don't worry, you can always come in and introduce it. I'm just giving that brown one final little spritz, I want to bring some of that brown into the middle here. You can come back as many times as you want to touch up this paint. It's not gonna ruin anything or harm anything. I'm gonna give it one last dry, and then we're ready to start working on the finishing touches. Test the creamy metallic creamy acrylics by Pentart Metallics. Will always have a sparkle sheen in them because they're metallic, and I love them because it's so nice to get these types of colors. Now it's important to get a clean brush, albeit this is not what you would call a clean brush, but what I mean is one that's not, maybe this isn't the right brush to go. Maybe I better get another one. Something relatively clean. This is a little bit more cleaner, it's yellow. And we're going to go back to our white primer now. Just going to wipe that off there. So let's go back to our white primer. So now what you want to do is position your bird where you think it should, where you would like to see it kind of positioned. Oh, thank you, Debbie, so much. Thank you. Thank you, Aunt Tess. Another trip to the website. Well, hopefully I don't know. I mean, I'm supposed to be there for the National Scrapbooking retreat for 3 days to teach you lovely ladies. But who knows if that will happen with COVID. So this is what it looks like right now. What I'm going to do now is, before I put the final touches on with the black, I am going to just work around my bird. And I'm just going to lighten up some areas. Before I do that, I'm just going to pop some things on the back of my bird because I need to know how she's going to exactly sit. Because I'm just weird like that. I need to see what her shadow is going to be like. So if she's up, I will be able to tell a lot better than if she's lying flat. Okay, so makes a big difference when she was lying flat and to when now you can see the different shadows that she's going to create. See that? Okay, so then I'm just going to take my clean brush and I'm going to start dry brushing around my bird because I want my bird to stand out more so than the rest of this. So I'm going to just take some paper here and you just want to put a little bit of the primer and you want to work it up your brush, and you do that by tapping and you work it up your brush. Okay. Oh, there's yellow coming out of this brush. That's not good, is it? See, I need to get some new brushes. Oh, my brushes are... Oh, my brushes have color to them. How bad is that? Let's start again. Let's do it with another brush. I can tell when I'm tapping if there's like a different color. So I kind of know my bird's going to go around here. So all I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start dry brushing around my bird after I know whereabouts I want to place her. I will show you the difference it will make. My paint is still wet, but you can see here, see how that's gone really nice and light? That's what you're looking for. You're just gonna make sure your paint underneath is dry. Mine is smudging, which means it's not dry. So just work around here, very gently, dry brushed. Mine is not gonna quite work because my paint is wet, but we will try and just work where you think your bird will go. This is just so that you have a nice area for where your bird will stand out. When this is completely dry, what I will do, probably off camera, what I will do, you see how these are more accentuated? It's because it's had some white dry brushing over the color, which makes it pop even more, but I'm not going to be able to do that while this is this wet. I can try. I will do a little bit here to kind of show you the idea, but it is quite wet. I'll give you an idea. See how that, now I've whitened that area up there? That's what you want to do, and make this more kind of blendable, not as botchy as mine. But like I said, you're going to need to do that when it is completely dry. So once I kind of know where my bird is going, see how I've created the white areas? I want to create some white around there, but I'll have to wait till that actually dries. But you get the idea of what I'm trying to do, because I'm starting to get some of the pink paint, the purple paint onto my brush. That's why my brushes are always different colors, because I just don't wait. So I'll try to gently lighten it up a little bit. You can blend as much as you want. Okay, so now she's standing out a lot more than she was before. I want her to stand out more. I want to get rid of these edges here, but I can't, like I said, till it dries. Okay, so now what you want to do, once you have that, the next step that we're going to do, I don't know if I can, just going to get some black paint here. Black, just a black regular acrylic, and then what you want to do is come in and you want to make this very watery. I'll probably put too much in there. Okay, and then just do your little splashes, don't be afraid. Now, ideal is to whiten this with the primer, get it to where you would like it before you do the black splashes. But we're not going to do that because it would be forever to make this dry properly. Okay, then you want to take this same black, I've just got it right here, the same black, and you want to come in and you want to darken the sides, okay? This just gives it that finished off look, can you see? Yes, I know what you guys are saying. You should have done the sides and then the splatters so you avoid them. I don't know why I always do it this way. Okay, so now it's looking a lot more cohesive. I'll turn it the right way around. I'm just going to dry this just a little bit. Okay, thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Dali. So next step that we're going to do is just get an old card. Make sure you got no money on it. And you see where I have this black paint. Just take some on it onto your card and you can do some lines like this, okay? Just to create some more further variation in your work, okay? So that's all you're doing, different sized lines. And this just creates some different looks. You could also take a round cap and do it with the round cap. I know Dali likes to do that. Maybe we will do some of that. Take your time. Don't have to be like me and not think about where I'm putting these lines down. But you get the idea, right? So now you look at that background. It's got those lovely lines on it. Can you see them? If we wanted to come in, we could, although this is quite a big lid. Maybe we'll try it with this one. This one's a bit smaller. You could come in and do some round splatter ones that look like this, just to give it some variation. Right? Use what you have. But that on its own is even a nice background. Not on there. Okay. So now, have a look at that background. Isn't that so pretty? Yeah, I love doing the lines, and Dali loves doing the circles, so that's her little signature thing. Okay, and of course, like I said, make sure you're drying, and then you can put it on your birdie, and of course, I want to highlight it a bit more, which I can fix later. Just seeing which way I like this better. Almost like it better this way, which means I'll come in and do some more highlighting down there. So I'm not going to stick the bird down because I want to come in and still work with this a little bit. But there you have it. Oh, I didn't put a sentiment on it. You can see your recycling habits changing. Very good. Yes, keep all your cards and your little bottle caps and all that fun stuff. And then you can Dali does, like I said, there's a lot, and I've not really done it a lot, but I can see why Dali does it. Put that lid back on. So there you have it. I won't, like I said, stick it down because I do want to highlight it a bit more. Thank you, Pat. I hope you guys liked it. So there are the two. See, this one's been lightened up a lot more. This one a little bit less. It's going to be darker because it's still quite wet. But easy way to take your scrapbook papers and create a really pretty mixed media background for any occasion. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will check out our new releases. I'm so excited because there's so much more coming. Oh, I wish I could tell, but I can't. Thanks, Gloria. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful day. And for those of you who registered for the City of Kelowna classes, this is now the 4th time they are being postponed. I am so sorry. It is not in my hands. It is to do with the COVID restrictions. Having said that, I actually feel a little bit better that they are cancelled because I don't want to put anybody at risk, nor do I want to put myself or my family, of course, at risk. So I think it's a good thing that they have. And hopefully soon we'll be able to get together. So I will see you next Tuesday. Dali will be live on Thursday, 4 p.m. GMT time, which makes that 8 a.m. our time in the morning. But thank you everybody for joining. It was lovely to see you, Di and Tess. I hadn't seen you in a while. I hope you got some inspiration and you'll go have some fun. Like I said, you're doing the same process over and over again once you've done the stenciling. Key is keep drying, and take your time in doing it. And yes, use your recycling stuff to create these gorgeous backgrounds. Okay guys, have a wonderful day. For those of you who've ordered the card kits, thank you so much. And the book, we appreciate the support, the local support too, as well as elsewhere. Okay, guys, have yourselves a wonderful day. You're all very, very welcome. See you next Tuesday.